Hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you're all doing good. Tonight we're gonna be hanging out for a couple hours, and we're gonna be talking about, oh no, guys, listen. I try to find some more positive topics. I don't want to be a negative ass Nancy over here, right? But tonight is just a lineup of things that are just so dumb. I can't help but laugh at them. I feel like you all are going to agree. Maybe not. We'll see. But I feel like we're truly living in just one of the dumbest timelines. I really, really do. So tonight, we're going to be talking about Cowboy Bebop. Oh no, Cowboy Bebop always gets me, guys. And how apparently, in an interview, John Cho decided to talk about Cowboy Bebop and how he was completely shocked when the show got canceled. And I honestly, I've said this in my videos on the subject and in the live streams, but I did think that they were going to instantly announce season 2 and that they were going to do season 2 of this show because realistically they only needed to do one more season to complete the story. It's not like they had to draw it out 5, 6, 7 seasons, but they decided not to because of the ratings that it got, the critic and reviewer audience score, the critic and the audience scores. But he decided to basically go into an interview and talk about, poor me. This show got canceled. I put time into this show, effort into this show, and they ended up canceling it on us. Yeah, well, I'm not very surprised to hear that they canceled it, because it was pretty bad. But I want to talk about this interview that he did. We're going to be talking about another Netflix topic, actually, and how a new show recently came out. And it's not something that I personally had a lot of interest in. I felt like it wasn't really hyped up at all. There weren't like a lot of trailers for it, a lot of excitement for it. But Netflix decided to put out this show called Vikings Valhalla, and they decided to race and gender swap historically Norwegian male rulers, which again, it's like the show that was put out a couple of months ago about Anne Boleyn, how they race swapped Anne Boleyn, a historically white woman. And this is even worse because they didn't just race swap this character. It's not even a character, but we'll say this character. They also gender swapped this individual. Which, why make this show in the first place if you're not going to try to stay historically accurate? Do you guys know what I mean? I think that they probably could have just created another story having to do with Vikings that maybe it's not supposed to be realistic, but it could have been some kind of like more fantasy story and tried in some way, shape, or form to do something different. But they decided not to. They decided to try to stay very close to the real story. And they decided to race and gender swap this individual. Honk honk. Oh no, the next one has me so worried. We're gonna be talking about God of War. Now, I'm sure a lot of you like God of War. You're probably excited for the next God of War game to come out. I know I personally am looking forward to it. But Amazon hasn't done that good with their series. We know that Amazon, of course, has Lord of the Rings of Power. That looks like it's going to be a disaster. They also had Wheel of Time, which turned out to be a disaster. And honk, honk, honk. God of War TV series adaptation, a live action God of War, is being eyed currently by Amazon Prime Video. I do not want this. And to make it even worse, apparently, according to a rumor, Amazon has gotten the Expanse creators on it, which I think is fine. The Expanse is good. But then they have Wheel of Time showrunners for this live-action TV series. This part, it's just a rumor about who they tapped for this project. But instantly when it's Amazon, I'm already very skeptical, and I already am going in my head, this is probably going to be a disaster. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. But great news, everyone! Another franchise live action ruined. And then the other topic that we're going to be discussing tonight is a follow-up to a video I did a couple of days ago. A few days ago, I had talked about how there were Western game developers, specifically PlayStation developers, who were shitting on Elden Ring. These are some people that are just PlayStation devs. Some of them were developers who worked on games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, and they were pretty mad that Horizon Forbidden West kind of gotten the spotlight taken off of it to be put onto Elden Ring. And they were attacking Elden Ring for user experience, for the graphics, for the performance, for questing, for everything they could, basically. And they got absolutely fucking owned by the internet, which I have to give a big clap to. Because it's okay if these developers want to say, hey, I think that this game could have done this better, or I think this game could have done that better. I think that that's perfectly fine, because of course, even if you're a developer, you're allowed to have your own opinion on other games that you didn't create. But they didn't approach it that way. They basically approached it as, fuck this game's trash, our game is better. And they're being mocked after criticizing it, which I think is just so hilarious. So guys, those are the topics we're going to be discussing tonight. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are all ready for some clown worldness. Guys, I don't know how we got to this point. I don't know how we got to be in such a clown world fucking timeline. Amazon has some good shows. Maybe one or two. Maybe. If that. Honk, 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 honk. Yep. That's it, Roto. Honk, 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 honk. A God of War show. Yes. There is going to be a God of War live action TV series adaptation. Great. Wonderful. Love it. So, oh, Amazon. Oh, perfect. Chef's kiss. Best company we could have gotten to do this, right, chat? What's your natural hair color? This is my natural hair color. What are you talking about? You're not supposed to ask a woman what her natural hair color is, what her age is, and how tall she is. This is my natural hair color, though. The dev jealousy against Elden Ring is high. Oh, 100%. And again, it's fine if there are Western game developers who want to voice their opinions on Elden Ring, because at the end of the day, they're allowed to have their own opinions. But to basically say, this game is trash and awful, but buy our game because it's so much better, just looks so pathetic. Also, Rover is here. Why didn't I see you on the participants list? I don't fucking know. YouTube hates you, so Rover, don't ever try to become a YouTuber, my friend. I'm sorry, but YouTube just, YouTube hates you too much. I wanted to say thank you to Rover for the $100 fucking donation last stream, because he decided to send it too late. I had already ended stream, and he decided to send it. Rover, you gotta get your speed stats up because you are far too slow. But thank you, Rover, for the $100 donation during the last stream. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How about asking a woman her weight? I don't know. Maybe if you want to piss her off, you go for it. If I was asked my weight, I just pull a Princess Diana and say, half my weight's in jewelry. That's a good answer. Horizon got screwed twice. Once by Zelda coming out 3 days after Zero Dawn, and now Forbidden West a week before Elden Ring. I just think I'm going to be honest that Horizon just isn't as good of a game to either of those. Comparing Horizon Zero Dawn to Zelda, Zelda is going to win, and in comparing Horizon Forbidden West to Elden Ring is going to win. That's the thing, is that if that hype was there and people really loved the game, then that would be the game in the spotlight. Maybe they should have pushed back their release by like 2 or 3 weeks, or released it 2 or 3 weeks earlier. Hey, I've played all of these games that we're talking about. Horizon Zero Dawn I played. I enjoyed it. Horizon Forbidden West I've played some of. I've enjoyed it. But Elden Ring is just... Holy shit, I just clicked something random. Jesus. Almost opened my porn tab for you guys. Like, I'm sorry, but Horizon Forbidden West versus Elden Ring... Horizon Forbidden West has been a decent experience so far. I'm not saying that it hasn't been. But Elden Ring is, in my opinion, clearly gonna win. You know? That's the thing, is... I don't know. It's just kind of an iffy thing, because everyone's got their preferences, and like I've said, you know, a game like Elden Ring isn't for everyone. But... for me, there's... I don't want to say there's no competition, and maybe closer to a little competition, but I think that it's kind of pathetic when developers are trying to come up with excuses. Like someone in chat had said, like, oh, these games release close to it. There are developers that will run with that and then actually push that idea that, oh, our game only wasn't as successful because of X, Y, and Z, because, oh, another game launched close to it, oh, because of this, oh, because of that.
Donated $10. Did it being International Woman Day help you with directions today?
Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ, Christopher. Suddenly, you're banned in my chat. Oh no, I don't know why. Thank you, Christopher, for the $10 donation. Listen. You know what? I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. Thanks for the $10 donation. Again, I don't see you playing video games where you need good directional skills. Okay, Christopher? Thank you for the $10 donation. Much appreciated. Rover, hey, when's that baby due? Can be a very dangerous question. You might end up getting stabbed for that question. Yeah, guys, happy International Women's Day. Guys, I feel just so empowered today. So empowered. Fact, Elden Ring is a superior game than Forbidden West. Everyone's got their preferences. Everyone's allowed to like one game more than another. But, for me, is gonna be Elden Ring. At least so far. Maybe at the end of Forbidden West, I'll be so fucking mind blown. And I'll be like, holy shit. It's a pretty sad... it's a pretty sad day, though, when I'm choosing a story written by George R. R. Martin that's literally just a knockoff of Tolkien's work, though. It's true. There's a knockoff Smaug. There's all the Elden Ring instead of the multiple... we're not gonna get into it. The parallels go for days and days and days. But, yeah. Hi guys, we're going to get started with the first topic in a minute, which is going to be Cowboy Bebop. I felt like the conversation about Cowboy Bebop was going to be done a couple of weeks ago, the last time we talked about it, but apparently not, chat. Apparently the Cowboy Bebop conversation is living on. Apparently there's more to talk about. I'm shocked. Truly. Next Daniela Pineda interview. I'm sorry. I'm laughing too much. She would never. If she had a Twitter, I'm confident in saying I'd be blocked. Despite current woke politics, happy International Women's Day to you. Well, thank you, Rock. Much appreciated. Guys, it's International Women's Day. Today I feel just so much more empowered than I usually do. Because as a woman, I'm... Let's fill in the blanks here. Why would I feel more empowered on International Women's Day? Because every company in the world acknowledges it and ignores International Men's Day? It's true though, it's so depressing. It really is fucking depressing though. That companies ignore one International Day but acknowledge the other. Alright chat, so let's get started with the topics. We're gonna start off with some good old Cowboy Bebop. Now, you guys know, over the past few months, I've talked about Cowboy Bebop quite a bit. I am a lover of the original Cowboy Bebop anime, and initially, I was kind of excited for the live action. I was skeptical, but I thought, you know what, maybe they're going to do something right. Maybe they're gonna put a lot of money, time, effort into this series. And as we got closer to the release of Cowboy Bebop, the worse and worse the situation was getting, and then Cowboy Bebop released. And it was pretty freaking terrible. It got terrible critic scores, it got terrible user review scores, and Netflix decided not to renew it, which I was actually a little bit shocked by, as I've said. I expected them to do the season 2 primarily because they already did season 1, and I figured they would have signed these actors for the season 1 and season 2 because they only needed to do one more season to actually get the complete story across. It's not like we're talking about something here where they need 5 seasons or 6 seasons to tell the story that they want to tell. They really only needed 1 season, but they decided not to do that with 1 season, and they at least needed 2 seasons. And of course, after they canceled Cowboy Bebop, a lot of people, actually not really a lot of people have cared. There was a petition put online, and it got like 20,000 signatures, I think, for it to be renewed, and Netflix didn't renew it, and that was kind of that. There wasn't really a lot else to talk about because they said, hey, we're just not going to renew it, and that was that. And we had seen a few statements here and there. The main cast, John Cho, Daniela Pineda, Mustafa Shakir, had put up like Instagram posts and Twitter posts when the show was first canceled, saying it was an honor to work with everyone on this project. We really enjoyed our time, all that type of stuff. And yeah, I mean, that was that. But John Cho decided a few days ago to do an interview, and during this interview, he talked about how he was shocked when Netflix's Cowboy Bebop got canceled. Now, he doesn't really go into details of, oh, you know, we were in early talks to sign for a season 2, we were really looking forward to a season 2, on set there was a lot of talk of a season 2, but he says that he was shocked when it got canceled, but most of us are not shocked, judging by the ratings. So, this is by Twinfinite. It says, recently, John Cho sat down with The Hollywood Reporter to talk about his upcoming book, Troublemaker, an autobiography regarding the trials and tribulations of growing up in modern society. Alongside talking about the book, the actor also talked about more recent events, including the cancellation of Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. I've liked John Cho and some of the projects he's been part of, and I didn't think that he did a bad job as Spike in Cowboy Bebop. The one problem I had, though, with him as Spike is that he was just a bit too old to play Spike. Spike was supposed to be like 25 to 27 in the anime, and John Cho is 50 years old. So he didn't fit the age, and he doesn't look bad for his age, don't get me wrong, he looks great for his age, But in the show itself, you could see his age, and you could see he didn't, in my opinion, really fit that part. Like, I think most of the actors didn't really fit the part. But I like him as an actor. I have nothing against him as an actor. I just didn't think that he really fit as Spike. But it says Cho starred as Spike Spiegel in the show. Whenever I hear the name Spike Spiegel now, oh no, the PTSD. Oh no. Oh no, chat, the PTSD. Spike Spiegel! Which was an adaptation of the highly beloved anime about a group of bounty hunters set in a mystical sci-fi future. Unfortunately, the love of the original show didn't translate over to Netflix, as critics and fans panned the series, leading to its cancellation after just one season. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the show felt very thrown together. The sets looked really cheap. It didn't feel like the actors really cared about their roles in this story, except for Mustafa Shakir. I actually thought that he was the best actor out of them all, and he played Jet very, very well. It felt very, we're gonna retell this story with some modern twists, and everyone's gonna love it. And people didn't love it. I want to say unfortunately, but it's really not that unfortunate. It says, according to the interview, the cancellation shocked Cho. In the article, he talks about the preparations he took for filming and how bummed out he was when he heard it was canceled. He said, I put a lot of my life into it. I'm just raising a question. Isn't that for most actors and most people? Like, most people go to their jobs for 8 to 10 hours a day at least, and they're getting paid to do it. Just like you are. I mean, people put a lot into their jobs every day. It says, I'd gotten injured shooting that show, and so I took a year off because of the surgery and devoted myself to rehab, came back, and finished the show. I mean, that sucks. It really does suck that he ended up getting injured, but again, he's getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to play a role. I mean, this is his job. I understand that sometimes actors get paid, in my opinion, way more than they deserve for specific roles. I don't know how much he got paid for this. I haven't heard any numbers for Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, but it does suck that he got injured. But again, that's just how contracts work. That's just how being an actor works. You sign for a project. If you get injured, you have to take that time off no matter what your job is, no matter what role you're playing, and then you have to go back and finish the show. That seems like kind of a no-brainer, and he's, in my opinion, kind of trying to twist it as, oh, I pushed way too hard, and I took one for the team, and I don't know, it's just kind of like, poor me in a way. It was this huge mountain for me to climb healing from that injury, and again, that does suck that he ended up getting injured. I felt good about myself as a result. We also shot the show in New Zealand, so my family moved there. It was just a huge event in my life, and it was suddenly over. As far as we know, they didn't sign these actors for multiple seasons, so wouldn't the kind of no-brainer from his agents and also him be, we've only signed for one season, so we're only doing one season until a season 2 was on the table? What? Did he just expect this to go like 5 seasons, and like behind the scenes someone was promising him that it was gonna be more seasons? Maybe that was happening. If that was happening, and behind the scenes people at Netflix were telling him, oh hey, we're gonna do this many seasons, he should come out and say, they promised me this many seasons, and then they decided to cancel it all of a sudden. But no, none of the actors have come out and said that. It says, it was very shocking and I was bummed, but I was very warmed by the response. I wish I could have contacted everybody and gotten hugs. You can't do that now, but I don't know what this is. I'm mystified a little bit about how you can connect with people that you don't know doing your work, but I won't question it. I will value and treasure it. I'm just deeply appreciative that anyone would care. It's stunning to me. It sounded like he liked his time on Cowboy Bebop, even though he got injured. And that's great. I'm glad that he liked the cast that he was working with. He liked the atmosphere. He liked doing the show. But it's him sitting here saying he was shocked when the show got canceled, but no one else was shocked. This got a 47% critic score and a 59% audience score, and apparently Netflix doesn't really renew shows that are under like a 65 or a 70, so leading up to the release of the show, he probably should have looked at the reception that everything was getting. If he had checked social media and saw all the criticisms that people were putting forward with the teasers and the trailers, he probably would have seen that, yeah, there's a likely chance that this isn't going to get renewed because a lot of people do not like the changes that you're making to this series. I mean, it's got pretty freaking bad reviews across the board. There are people who liked it, and if you liked it, good for you, thumbs up. Awesome. I'm not sitting here saying you can't like it, you're a trash person if you like it, not at all. You're allowed to like things, I'm allowed to dislike things. I personally was part of the people who didn't like it. I thought that it was pretty bad. I thought that it was very mediocre. They made changes they didn't need to make, and it just didn't come across very well in my opinion. Of course, again, I still expected a season 2. I thought that they'd announce a season 2 literally like the day or two after the show launched, but they decided to cancel it, which I think is funny. And while John Cho and some of the actors were surprised that it got canceled, I don't think any of us were surprised that it got canceled. So that's all that I really had to discuss with that topic. I don't think we're going to be talking about Cowboy Bebop again. I'm just going to be honest, unless someone like Daniela Pineda comes out and says, makes accusations about the way that things were going on behind the scenes, or maybe, hey, they'll magically do a season 2. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really think there's going to be much else to talk about with Cowboy Bebop. So, yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss. Of course, if there's ever anything else to discuss with live action Cowboy Bebop, I will for sure talk about it. But, I don't know if there will be. So, yeah, I gave it like a 6.8. Yeah, I think even that's a little too high, I'm going to be honest. I felt like it was a 5, if that. It's unfortunate. Because I wanted it to be good. I thought they were going to go in a more like Firefly direction, and it was a lot of potential. Ended up being pretty bad. So, yeah, that's all that I had to discuss with that. Guys. Can I even find... Oh, I can. Moving on, we're gonna be talking about Netflix again, chat. Aren't you guys so excited? It's so terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm not talking about that anymore. Please, no. Slick no. Sorry, guys. Sorry, chat. I have to do it. Maybe at the end of the stream, we'll play it again. I'm gonna set... All right. It's right there. 36-second mark. It's sitting there. It's sitting there. So maybe at some point in the stream we'll come back to it, because all I have to do is press play. We're gonna be talking about Netflix again, chat. We got some race and gender swaps to talk about. Chat. You guys are too funny. Fucking kill me. Oh god. Oh no. Slick new. I thought Vera was gonna show us something awesome. I am disappointed. Sorry, guys. Maybe? You know what we should do? Maybe we should make this a donation notification. So every time someone donates, like, a massive amount, like $100 or $50 or something, it just plays that sound clip. You think YouTube will eventually strike down my streams? Potentially. I think that's a risk worth taking, to be honest. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, guys, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, guys, this is our next topic. Yes, I remember all those black women Vikings. Yeah, I'm sure so many of you have in history class in school have heard about the black women Norwegian rulers. Oh, there's a lot of them. Vera, make it the 10 and under, so it plays all the time. That's a great way to get people to donate more than $10. If it's under $10, that's gonna be the sound clip. You'll go broke. Hopefully God will strike down Vera's stream. No, you guys love the Spike Spiegel clip. I know you guys do. I know you guys do. Alright, guys. So, the next topic of the evening is going to be another Netflix topic, but it's going to be a little bit different. Now, over the past couple months, couple years, we've talked about situations like this, exactly like this actually, where we see shows and movies come out, and we see them be race and also gender swapped. Sometimes it's fictional characters, sometimes it's supposed to be historically accurate characters like Anne Boleyn. Recently we saw a TV series come out where Anne Boleyn was race swapped, and of course that infuriated people. That really pissed people off, and I understand why. When I am watching a show about someone who was real, I want to see someone who looks very accurate to who that person was. And Netflix has this running theme where they race and gender swap characters, and they've decided to do it yet again. Because Netflix's Vikings Valhalla race and gender swaps a historically Norwegian male, also ruler. Now, I like Viking shows. I like Viking shit. So initially, when I heard that they were making the show, I was like, that sounds cool. Maybe at some point I'll watch it. Like, it wasn't something I was super hyped for, that I'd seen a lot of marketing for. And now I understand why they didn't release a lot of marketing for it. Because they probably knew that it was going to piss people off. So, it says, building upon the groundwork laid by the history-bending castings of Anne Boleyn and Queen Charlotte, the historically white and male Norwegian ruler Jarl Håkon, I hope I'm saying that right, has been both race and gender swapped for his appearance in Netflix's Vikings Valhalla. Historically white and male, and they made this character black and female. History bending castings. This is what Netflix does like to do. They do like to do this, and other companies like to do this. Hollywood in general likes to do this. But it says a Netflix exclusive sequel to history's original Viking series, Vikings Valhalla, picks up 100 years after Ivar the Boneless began the Norse invasion of England and focuses on the European clash between Christianity and paganism beliefs, as well as the end of the Viking Age. Again, this doesn't sound that bad. This sounds interesting. I think that there would be people who would want to watch this, spend time. I don't know how many episodes there are, 8 I'm assuming, so maybe 8 hours worth of content. A lot of people would want to consume that. Introduced in the series' premiere episode and portrayed by Danish pop jazz singer Carolyn Henderson. I do not know who this is. This character who is a real person, may I add, is depicted as the benevolent and wise ruler of a region in Denmark, itself shown as an open haven for people of various faiths and ethnicities during a time of conflict based on these attributes. I feel like there's a lot of people who, kind of go, meh, it's not that big of a deal when we're talking about fictional characters. There are people out there who go, it's okay that they race swap this character, that they gender swap this character, because at the end of the day, they were not real people. And there are always going to be individuals who are going to defend series that race and gender swap fictional characters. There are plenty of people out there who don't actually give a fuck. But when it comes to historically real people, I think that a lot of us feel very differently. Look at the Anne Boleyn show. Anne Boleyn. Let me find the Rotten Tomatoes for this real quick. Rotten Tomatoes. While people sometimes can forgive and forget with fictional characters, when it comes to real characters that are based on real people, a lot of people feel very differently. Look at this. 50% for reviewers / critics, and an 8% average audience score. This was the show where Anne Boleyn was race swapped. Absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. It's as though the character has regularly been put forth by the series cast and crew as an entirely fictional character. Given both the character's name and role in the story, it's clear that Henderson's Jarl Hakon was based on a real-world Norse ruler of the same name. So they tried to be sly with this. Oh, it's a fictional character. It's not a real character, you know? But clearly, they took a name, they took a role, they took everything that was based on a real-world Norse ruler and just race and gender swapped them. And acted like people wouldn't notice, people wouldn't catch on, people wouldn't care, and people do fucking care. Am I surprised to see Netflix doing this? Absolutely not. This is not the first time that Netflix has done something like this, and Hollywood in general has done something like this. Do I think that situations like this are just gonna magically stop? No, I really don't. But I definitely think that situations like this should be called out, that they shouldn't just be forgiven, forgotten. It says, oh, I have to refresh the page. Hold on, chat. An ad popped up over it. It says, for this particular time, we know for a fact that there were people of color who had come up with the Vikings around the Iberian Peninsula, Stewart then claimed, likely referring to recent attempts in academia to overemphasize the diversity of ancient cultures based on modern cultural readings of vague texts. Of course, so they tried to say, oh, well, it's okay because in modern times, we're reinterpreting vague texts. I think that honestly, this is probably a big reason why there wasn't a lot of marketing around the show, because we know that when Netflix puts out their biggest new series, they try to market it everywhere on social media. They put ads up for it. They try to get eyes on it before it comes out, so the day that it launches, there's a lot of excitement. And with this series, there was absolutely no marketing. There was no talk about it, probably because they knew that ultimately people would see a trailer with race and gender swapped characters and be furious over it. It's like they want to put out this content, right? And they want people to just accept it, but at the same time, they don't release specific marketing material and promo material because they know that people are not going to watch it. It's the same thing that happened with Masters of the Universe. They released, with Masters of the Universe Revelations, they released specific material, but they edited trailers in a way, of course, that made it look like it was all about He-Man. It's the He-Man show. Then you watch it, and it turns out to be the Teela series, and it's the Teela show, and it's the Strong Independent Women show. This situation is a little bit different because they didn't release, like, any promotional material for this, but of course, people are upset by it, and I completely understand why. I will not watch this series now. I will not support this series now because I don't support race and gender swaps, especially when they're bending history so that they can go, oh, we created this series that's much more diverse, much more inclusive. We're trying to reinterpret characters, even though it's not just a character, it's based on a real person. So that's all that I really had to discuss with this situation. Am I surprised to see Netflix and just Hollywood in general doing things like this? No. Do I think they're going to stop anytime soon? No, but I definitely think that it's important to call out when situations like this happen. So guys, that's all that I really had to discuss with that. Any thoughts? Feel free to leave them in chat. Hollywood is simply disinterested with original African history. There's so much that they could do, yet they don't. I don't understand why. There's so much that they could do, yet they could give a fuck less about telling historically accurate tales. And like people in chat are pointing out, they're very disinterested in making accurate movies or films about African mythology. And why don't they do that? I guess the world may never know. But it's very fucking suspicious. Very fucking suspicious. I knew there was a reason I didn't want to watch this. Yeah, initially I was like, oh, that sounds like a pretty cool series, right? Like Vikings, fuck yeah. But then we find out that there's race and gender swaps, and it's like, oh no, of course you guys just had to go that extra mile. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's easier to just blackwash the stories everyone already knows than try to tell a new story. I guess so. But yeah. Wish I could say I was surprised by it. I'm not surprised at all that they decided to do this. I don't know who's behind this series though. Vikings Valhalla. I want to look and see. I don't even know if there's going to be a list of like showrunners and producers. They're doing a season 2. Season 2 is already in the works, guys. Wow, aren't you all so excited? Aren't you guys so excited? They're doing a season 2 of this show. Oh no. I want to know the viewership numbers. I don't know if they'll ever announce viewership numbers. Probably not. Oof. Oof. Wow, I'm not surprised to see the critic score, because of course the critic score would be good. An 89% for an inaccurate story. Audience score 60%. Oof. 60%. I like how the entertainment industry is going downhill non-stop. What are these cringe, horrible TV shows, movies, etc.? You made a woman play this character, a real pre-existing person in our Scandinavian history. Can't get past the virtue signaling. Some scathing reviews here. Sadly lost just about everything that made the original series so special. We are introduced to countless new characters, most with zero backstory, and then are expected to care about their struggles. The original Vikings spent almost the whole first season slowly introducing Ragnar and his family and friends. As a result, the audience felt connected to their story. Such a shame. Lots of people, actually, I wouldn't say lots of people, but there are quite a few 4 4 and 5 stars here, saying, amazingly written, amazing cast, the action is so fun to watch, I highly recommend this show. Overall, enjoyed season 1, some of the acting was pretty average and casting seemed a bit off. Loved the set pieces, looking forward to an improved season 2. Better production value, better acting, and better script writing than Vikings. Yikes. That's gonna be a yikes for me. That's gonna be a yikes, a yikers from me. Half a star. If only we could give things like no stars. A big disappointment. Let's go to the next page. I don't know how many audience reviews there were. I can't wait for season 2. If you liked Vikings, you'll love this show. It's great. What makes it great? They don't specify. They just give it a 5 star, move on their way. Very suspiciously, like almost all of the 5 stars here are literally just like, hey, I liked it. Very good. Don't compare it to the original Vikings. Great spinoff. Yeah, because if you compare it to the original Vikings, you'll go, wow, this is absolute dog shit. I mean, come on, what are these reviews? Don't compare it. Don't compare it to the original. Shut up and consume products, and then move on. Yeah, but the 5 star might as well be user 288281200. I love this show. Number 1, lucky best fun time. So true, though. It's like all these 5 stars are like, I can't wait for season 2. This show is great. Why don't they actually describe what is great? Is it, oh, it's so high budget. You can really see where all the budget went. Wow, the actors are really good. I really like this actor because they did this well. The accuracy, which we know there's not a lot of historical accuracy, but you guys understand what I mean here. It's like they're just saying it's great, but they're not saying why it's great. What made it this amazing experience? I liked Vikings until it turned into a soap opera. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people started off really loving it, and then as it went on, people stopped loving it. Rover, get out of the way, Vikings. Here come the Vikings. Actually fucking true, though. Not good, very bad, do not watch. Half a star. I also have a slight problem with these reviews. Like I pointed out, on one hand, I hate people that leave 5 stars and say, wow, it's great, I can't wait for season 2. But I also don't like the people who leave half a star and then say, not good, very bad, do not watch. I want description here. Why do you love it? Why are you giving it a 5 star? What made it deserve a 5 star? What made it deserve half a star? What did you not like about it? What did you dislike? Not good, very bad. Do not watch. Okay. Great review, Sebastian F. Great review. I do not believe you need to have seen even one episode of Vikings to appreciate Valhalla. I felt it is well written, acted, and visually an absolute feast. Do you guys see a running theme here? All of these 5 stars are either it's great, can't wait for season 2, or it's well written, acted, and visually it's great. So look at this one. 5 star. Well written, well acted, really nice visually. If we go back to page 1, someone said the same exact thing. Well written. Visually great. This one says, where is it? Yeah, like, good script writing. Great acting. Great casting. It's... they're just, like, all the same. I don't know. Room for improvement, but I enjoyed the first season well enough to keep watching. A 3.5 stars. I don't know. 3.5 is kind of high out of 5. It really lacks the spark of the original Viking series. There is no clear protagonist. Who am I supposed to be rooting for? This is what makes it a dull story. None of the characters are interesting. This is really good and compelling, and so far my 3rd favorite drama of 2022 behind Picard and The Witcher, both on season 2. I like The Witcher, but Picard, John Luck Pickard over here, that's gonna be a no from me. Pickard, is great, guys. I wouldn't call Picard one of the best dramas of 2020. They're talking about for 2022. Picard? What? But The Witcher... Huh? The Witcher didn't come out in 2022, and neither did Picard. Picard Season 2, isn't all out. There's how many episodes out? 2? What? Huh? What? Picard? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. Picard. That's the best you could come up with? I'm sorry. Whew, bots be bottin'. 5 fucking stars. 5. Brian S., I don't know where you get your balls from, but congratulations. You've got the biggest ones in the fucking Rotten Tomatoes user audience score. Picard? Love, love, love. 1 is season 2. What do you love about it, Susan? Perfect. The season starts decent, but end really strong. Yeah, Picard's released only 2 episodes at this point. They put out that review 4 days ago. Picard season 2, episode 2 wasn't even out yet. Huh? Again, I hate reviews like this. It starts decent, but ends really strong. Thank you, Carnage, for the $5 super chat. Happy days are here at last. Funimation are gone. Maybe Crunchyroll. They'll listen to anime fans. Well, thank you for the $5 donation. Much appreciated. I did talk about it in a video a couple of days ago. But yeah, thank you, thank you. Absolutely awful, historically inaccurate, and littered with bad acting and even worse writing. Don't waste your time. See, this is like a review I can get behind. They say it's awful because it's historically inaccurate. The acting's poor. The writing's even worse. Like, okay, that's fine. It's a short review, but actually makes sense. One of the best shows I've watched so far. Highly recommended. Yikes. I loved every aspect of it. I look forward to the next seasons. I found the series' desire to push the message, historically inaccurate and offensive to Scandinavian culture. What? What? Anyone who rates this show less than 4... hold on. Hold on, let me put on my nerd voice. Anyone who rates this show less than 4 stars does not understand the history and is too critical of the acting and fight choreography. If you wear... You mean were? If you were to watch the show, you will see that there is actually nothing wrong with either of those 2 things, and it is just the opinion of people who don't appreciate any show that hosts an accent other than their own. Huh? The original Vikings is my all-time favorite show, and after years of waiting, Vikings Valhalla is extremely refreshing in a new and unexpected way. A 5-star. Wow, wow, and wow. Well, guys, that's all that I had to talk about with Vikings Valhalla. I think you guys get the point. I think you guys understand now, why people love it. Clearly, it's an amazing show. Everyone should go and watch it. Go pay $50 to Netflix upfront, and you should love this show. Just shut up, consume product, don't question it, and just accept it. It should be a soy voice. Welcome to the Soy Shack. We sell soy. Yeah, this is pure soy and kindness. But yeah, guys, those are some great reviews, don't you think? Hey guys, how botted will the reviews be for Amazon's Rings of Power show? I don't know. I feel like there's a very likely chance that there will be lots of them. I can't wait for Rings of Power, guys. They're definitely trying their hardest, don't you think? Oh, brother. I don't want shows to release and be bad. I want shows to release and be good, but they're not good. most shows now are not good. Some of them are. Some of them are interesting. And then some of them are like this. Oh boy, I don't know, guys. What do I know? I'm just a stupid woman on the internet. It will be botted Vera, probably. It's always funny to listen to idiots argue opinion and preference instead of facts. Yeah, I mean, again, like I always say, people are allowed to have their own opinions, and they're allowed to post their opinions, like, don't get me wrong, but they're saying, oh, the people who don't like it are stupid because they think it's historically inaccurate when it's not, but it is. It's like, it is historically inaccurate. These characters, there is a character that is historically inaccurate. So that's the fact. That's not just like an opinion, like, oh, they think it's inaccurate, but it's not. It's not that difficult to understand. The YouTube reviews are gonna be comedy gold. I am gonna watch Rings of Power. The day the Rings of Power releases, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna review it. They're doing weekly releases for that, right? It's not just all releasing at once, right? So every week, I'll be here talking about it. The Rings of Power weekly release? It's gonna be weekly releases, right? Yeah, weekly. So every week, during my discussion streams, like tonight, I'll be talking about the Rings of Power. But yeah, guys, next we're gonna talk about terrible timing. Amazon Prime Video getting another adaptation. Guys, this is just comedy. This is comedy. We're sitting here talking about the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, and there's another Amazon topic to discuss. Well, guys, we're all very skeptical about the Rings of Power. I think we're all feeling very hesitant because of all the changes they're making, all the disregarding they're doing to Tolkien's writing. And we've seen Amazon put out some not so promising series like The Wheel of Time. And there's always rumors floating around the internet that one franchise is going to be made into a TV series or a live action, and while usually they end up being fake, sometimes they are true. And the newest rumor spreading around the internet is about God of War. Because as we're speaking right now, Amazon is in negotiations to make a live-action TV series based on God of War. Now, there are some franchises that I feel, oh, a live-action for that could be cool. And while a live-action for God of War could be cool, maybe, possibly, potentially, when you hear that it's being done by Amazon, all the hopes that I could have for it instantly fly out the window. So this is by Deadline. It says God of War TV series adaptation eyed by Prime Video. Oh, God. No. Please don't. Just don't. It says PlayStation's flagship action adventure franchise God of War is heading to television. No, it shouldn't. I like the idea of God of War being a TV series. Like, I feel like it could be cool until they pull this shit. It says Prime Video is in negotiations for a live-action TV series based on the hugely popular ancient mythology-themed game, sources said. I don't know what's worse. Amazon getting their hands on this franchise, Paramount Plus getting their hands on this franchise, or Netflix getting their hands on this franchise. I feel like at this point, if any of them had gotten their hands on this, it'd probably be a disaster. Paramount Plus is doing Halo, and we know with the Halo series, they're race-swapping characters, and they're changing the lore, like Master Chief taking his helmet off, the first time in the franchise's history that he's going to be taking his helmet off. They're doing the Fairly Odd Parents live-action / CGI mix-up, where it looks like a fucking cringe fest, and it looks terrible. It's like it's supposed to be for kids, yet it's got callbacks to the original series that people like me and you would have nostalgia for. Netflix ends up making things like Cowboy Bebop that are absolute lowest of the lowest tier garbage, where they're taking a story and they're completely twisting it and changing it around. They've got this big budget and they put all the budget into one or two things, and then they throw out the budget for other things like sets, and the sets end up being like trash, and the writing is trash. Netflix also does things like Vikings Valhalla, where they're race and gender swapping historical characters. And then we've got Amazon, and they've got things like the Wheel of Time, where they also race swap, gender swap, disregard stories, with like Lord of the Rings of Power. They're taking such an amazing franchise. They're disregarding lore. They're completely ignoring lore because they don't have the rights to it. They are also adding original characters, non-Tolkien characters, to a Tolkien story. I mean, all of these end up in disaster. So if they were looking to make a God of War show, it was going to go to one of them. And it was going to be trash, I feel like, no matter what, at this point. But it says, I hear the series adaptation comes from The Expanse creators and executive producers Mark Fergus and Hawk Otsby, and the Wheel of Time executive producer and showrunner Rafi Judkins, as well as Sony Pictures Television and PlayStation Productions, which collaborate on all TV series based on PlayStation games. Reps for Sony and Amazon Studios, which likely will co-produce, had no comment. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know at this point. I feel like, on one hand, we could try to be positive about it and say maybe this time it'll be different. But we know it's probably, unfortunately, not going to be different. And that's the problem. It says this would mark the latest big deal for a TV series, based on a popular video game title in a red-hot streaming marketplace for gaming IP. Peacock just landed. Oh yeah, that's right, Peacock as well. Who fucking cares about Peacock? How many of you guys in chat pay for Peacock? Maybe one of you, if that. They got Twisted Metal with the series order and Anthony Mackie starring. HBO has the coming up the high-profile PlayStation game based on The Last of Us. That's also true. We've got HBO as well. I don't know. I don't expect this Last of Us show to be great. It's got Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey in it. And then Netflix has a Resident Evil TV series in the works, which we know, like, nothing about, while Paramount Plus is about to debut Halo. So there are a lot of video game shows and also movies being made right now. I'm not trying to sit here and say all of them have come out, none of them are good. Like, look at The Witcher. The Witcher wasn't bad. The Last of Us, I don't know, we haven't seen much of it. I hope that it'll be good, because it's based on the first Last of Us game, and I liked the Last of Us story at first, and then we got Last of Us 2, which was terrible. I wanted Halo to be good, but we know that Paramount is disregarding specific things, like Master Chief isn't supposed to take off his helmet, and he is in this series, and I worry that it's going to be another Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian, where they're not supposed to take off their helmet, yet their helmets are off all the fucking time. We know that they're race-swapping characters in Halo as well. I don't know, I just feel like it's a lose, 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 lose. Like, some of these companies do put out good content. Sometimes, like, look at Netflix. Not every series that Netflix has put out is top-tier garbage. Sometimes Netflix puts out series that are very, very good and very intriguing and very interesting. But so much of their content is also bad. HBO is off and on. I feel like, yeah, HBO sometimes puts out good content, but sometimes doesn't. I feel like Paramount Plus is just lose across the board. I don't think I've seen something that Paramount Plus has done that's been good. HBO Max, obviously, has put out some things that have been good. And Peacock, who the fuck cares about Peacock? It's probably going to be bad. We know they're race swapping with Twisted Metal as well. So overall, it's like I want to be positive and hopeful, but I have no reason to be hopeful for this. And here's another article that came out, and this is just a rumor, so of course take it with a grain of salt, but the rumor is suggesting that Sony's popular God of War video game franchise may soon receive a live-action television adaptation, courtesy of Amazon Studios, but it is, the other article says, taps the Expanse creators and the Wheel of Time showrunner. The Expanse creators, they can create good content. I mean, The Expanse is good, but Wheel of Time showrunner. Wheel of Time was pretty trash, from what I understand. I haven't watched all of it. Yet. But, yeah, it's just, I want to be positive, I want to be hopeful, I want to sit here and say maybe this will turn out to be good, right? But I have no reason to sit here and be hopeful and give them the benefit of the doubt and say, you guys can create good content and you have more wins than losses, you have more W's than L's, and that's just not the case. So, yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss with the God of War TV series. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the God of War TV series? Or are you feeling skeptical? I'm going to put up a poll. I'm just going to put God of War excited. Yes or no? Are you excited for God of War? Well, not the game. Not the new game. The TV series. Vera, at this point, you don't know any corporation or product your optimism. Actually fucking true, though, Rover. Actually true. I feel like most people are going to say no. If you are excited for the God of War series, thumbs up. Awesome for you. Like, I'm not sitting here saying you can't be excited for this series. Maybe it'll come out and it'll be absolutely amazing. But I think there's plenty of reasons to not be excited. 7% to 93% with 30 votes. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. I'm not excited for the show or the new God of War game. I feel like I'm excited for the new God of War game to a certain extent. I feel like a lot of people are. We really haven't seen much of it, so it's like, yeah, it sounds like a cool idea. We'll have to see how it is. 9% to 91%. 33 votes. The people have spoken. God of War would be really hard to get right. Yeah. I think it would be. No more adaptations. F up original stuff for a while. That's the thing is, like I've always said, I would rather people try to create new original content and have it be dog shit than take existing franchises and fuck them up. You can create whatever you want that's original. You go for it. I'm not sitting here saying you can't create specific content. It's original. Create whatever you want. But ruining already existing franchises is just so garbage. And it happens so much because no one can create anything new and original. 41 votes, 93% to 7%. Well, guys, you all have spoken. I'm not excited for anything anymore. See, I disagree. There's still things that I'm excited for. I was excited for Elden Ring. I've been playing it. I've been having an awesome fucking time with it. Yes, the launch was a bit rocky. That was sad. But they've put out patches and it's better. It's not perfect yet. But I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like I still can get excited for things. But a lot of things do not deserve our excitement or our hype. In just a minute, guys, we're going to move on to the final topic of the evening, which is going to be Elden Ring. Fuck yeah. Quickly, though, if you're enjoying the live stream, everyone, make sure to give it a like. We need 13 more likes to hit 100. So if you're enjoying, give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. Check out the links in the description and the pinned comment. Donate via Streamlabs. All donations on Streamlabs pop up. $3 or more text-to-speech activates. You can ask questions, recommend topics, fun stuff like that. Donate via Super Chats. Support via Patreon, and also support via YouTube memberships. Tomorrow evening, I will be doing a supporter-only live stream, so if you are a member via YouTube memberships, you are a Dark Titan via Patreon or a donator, you get access to that fun stuff. So yeah. Join via YouTube memberships, Dark Titan via Patreon. Tomorrow evening, I'll be doing the supporter-only live stream. Q&A, bunch of topics to discuss, playing some games. I don't know what games I'm gonna play yet. Haven't fully decided. Also taking recommendations. God of War has potential to be great if well adapted, sure, but Amazon waste of time producer 2022 impossible. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it has potential to be great. I really, really do. I think that it could be super fucking cool. But as soon as I hear Amazon now, it's like a complete fucking roadblock. Complete roadblock. Final Fantasy or Elden Ring? Just in general? Or like a specific Final Fantasy game? Also, guys, that reminds me. When is it? Next week? Yeah, is it next week or the week after? Stranger of Paradise comes out. Yes, Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise comes out on, I can't remember if it's the 18th or the 25th. Release date, the 15th. It comes out next week, guys. I'm gonna have to stop playing Elden Ring. Oh no. My heart, it hurts. But yeah. I will be live streaming that when it launches. Also, guys, really quickly, for those of you who know about the Amazon wishlist, I do have it pinned in Discord, and I also mention it time to time, but I added some new games to the Amazon wishlist. I put Galgun Double Piece there because I do plan on streaming that, and I also put Kirby, because Kirby comes out in like 2 weeks. I don't know if I'm going to stream Kirby yet. If there's interest in that, you guys let me know. I'm definitely going to stream Galgun Double Piece at some point. Probably not on release, but I do have that on the wish list. Kirby. I also have a couple other games on there. But yeah. I wanted to update you all. Sorry, what's coming out? In 2 weeks? No, next week. Fuck! Final Fantasy Origin Stranger of Paradise comes out, and I will be live streaming that. But yeah. Missed the Nike sports bra lady? Oh, so you're talking about Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 14 or Elden Ring? I haven't been playing too much Final Fantasy 14, primarily because Elden Ring came out. I've been having a ton of fun with Elden Ring, though. I have fun with both the games. Also, I need one of you to stop being lazy. One of you, and like the stream. We're at 99 likes. Come on. I know one of you in this stream, out of the 69 of you, nice. I know one of you can give the stream a like. I know it's very hard. It's very difficult. But we need one more like. I will stream Final Fantasy 14 again at some point here. It probably won't be for a little while just because there are games like Elden Ring. I'm going to be playing Elden Ring this weekend again. And then there is like Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. I will stream Galgun at some point, but I'm not going to be streaming that on launch day. But yeah. Alright, chat, so let's get into the final topic of the evening, which is going to be Elden Ring. Now, a couple of days ago, I put up a video. Also, thank you for the likes, guys. Much appreciated. A couple of days ago, I did put up a video on PlayStation developers trash-talking Elden Ring, shitting on Elden Ring, basically, saying that, you know, Elden Ring has bad user experience, and oh, the questing's bad, graphically it's bad, it runs bad, everything under the sun that they could attack Elden Ring for. And it came across as being very salty because a lot of the people, a lot of the developers that were commenting on a thread that was started were people who worked on Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. And it seemed like they were a bit salty that Elden Ring took the spotlight off of Horizon Forbidden West. But in a not so shocking, hilarious though, turn of events, the Western game devs have been mocked after criticizing Elden Ring as poorly designed. Everyone on Twitter, it seems like, that is interested in Elden Ring has seen the threads about these developers mocking Elden Ring and have collectively clapped back. There are so many posts on Twitter about these developers sounding salty. It has completely backfired on these devs. So, it says a trio of individual Western video game developers have been met with widespread accusations of jealousy over their recent criticisms of Elden Ring's success. It says the matter started harmlessly enough with a Ubisoft Stockholm UX designer, Ahmed Salama, taking to his personal Twitter on March 3rd to discuss both the praise that had been given to Elden Ring and his belief that the game had failed to provide a good user experience. And I had said this during my previous video, but this is actually someone who just a couple of years ago worked at Guerrilla Games, and he worked on Horizon Zero Dawn. This is someone who was mad that Horizon Zero Dawn at first launch weekend didn't get as much attention as they were hoping it was going to, and they were with Guerrilla for quite a while. He had said, what is that noise? What the fuck is that? Hey, shut the hell up. What is playing? Guys, I do not see... I found it. Stupid ass. I hate having 50 tabs up. Going back to this, though, he had said the fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic is proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop about game UX. My life is a lie. It's just... It sounds very petty, very salty. Like he's mad that Elden Ring scored so high. Salama, whose claims to UX authority include stints designing said experience for Battlefield 2042, Battlefield 5, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, elaborated on his thoughts and replied to another user stating the user experience is generally awful. Nothing about the thing feels intentional or play-tested. Battlefield 2042 chat. That's what he worked on. Wow, he did a great job, don't you think? Don't you think? Whew. His tweet was soon met with agreement from a PlayStation subsidiary Nixie software graphics programmer, Rebecca Fernandez O'Shea, who now in a deleted tweet replied, nor PC graphics stability and performance apparently. And then Guerrilla Games Horizon Forbidden West senior quest designer decided to shit on the quest design in Elden Ring, saying, nor quest design really. And of course, they have collectively gotten roasted over these comments. People are saying things like Elden Ring is so good that it's making the Horizon Forbidden West developers cry on Twitter. I think that this shit is too funny. I really do. I really do. And then they tagged Blake saying, don't be upset by Elden Ring stealing your thunder. Instead, take notes on how to make a real open world game. It had 700 likes at that point. It's got over 1,000 now. I'm not trying to weird flex here, guys, but Mr. Senior Quest Designer at Guerrilla has 3,700 followers on Twitter. I have 7,707. 7777777. Oh, pumpkin helmet. Oh, by the way, guys, in Elden Ring, I found an armor set that matches with my fucking pumpkin helmet. Oh, wait till you see it. Somebody said, hey, Gorilla, I was really excited to play Horizon Forbidden West, but after seeing his tweet disparaging Elden Ring and From Software, I will never buy or play a game made by this bitter person. It's not From's fault that people stop talking about Horizon Forbidden West. This is classless behavior, and it's true. It's not From Software's problem. It's not their fault that their game is just better and people are more interested in it. It took me a while to figure out why, but my guess is that they're upset over Horizon Forbidden West getting overshadowed. To be fair, I do feel bad for the Horizon devs. They did this twice in a row with Breath of the Wild. It's true. It is true. But again, they should maybe move their release just a tiny bit. They should have looked at maybe other competitors' games. It's like they thought both times that their game would be the biggest release, the best release, the most hyped up release, but it turned out to be not the truth. Thank you, Tim Franklin, for the $10 super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Or the super sticker, I should say. Thank you, thank you. Other Twitter users, including a Kotaku writer turned Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier, reinforced this pushback by sharing an edited Elden Ring screenshot from a Reddit user, filled with an abundance of guides and waymarkers. This is basically what these developers want games to all be. Have this giant ass UI, want tons of quest logs, want tons of guidance. And From didn't do that. They created something different, and people like what they did. Well, you understand what I mean when I say different. I mean, obviously, it's another Souls-like game, and they've created things that are similar, but I think you understand what I mean. Over 32,000 upvotes at this point. If Ubisoft developed Elden Ring, and it's so fucking true, it'd be this giant-ass HUD, lots of markers, lots of text. But it's hilarious that these people are getting absolutely fucking roasted. Somebody said STFU with the comparisons between Horizon and Elden Ring, please. Both are doing well, but apparently there has to be constant wars about it online. They're awesome and doing well. That's all there is to it. But the problem is that there's not. It's not just that simple. Because there are developers from one company going on social media attacking another game. Another set of developers. That's the problem. Is it's not just like only normal Twitter users going at each other, debating. You know what I mean? It's developers going after each other. Well, one set of developers going after another set of developers. Yeah. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised.
Lamar donated $3. Thanks for making
thank you.
my day again, ENYGMA.
Thank you, Lamar, for the $3 donation. Much appreciated. It says Horizon Zero Dawn currently holds a Metacritic score of 89 from critics and 8.4 out of 10 from users, while Breath of the Wild has a score of 97 and 8.7 respectively. A similar story unfolded with Forbidden West and Elden Ring, as due to their close release dates of February 18th and the 25th, the release of From Software's long-awaited George R.R. Martin collaboration has slightly overshadowed Forbidden West. As of writing, Forbidden West holds a critical metascore of 88, while Elden Ring sits at a 97. And again, like I've talked about, I completely understand that Elden Ring launched, and it did have some technical problems, and it still does for people on specific platforms like PC. The PC version still isn't great. But I do think, from what I've played so far of both games, because I haven't finished either games, from what I've experienced so far, Elden Ring seems much more interesting than Forbidden West. The problem with Forbidden West is that I'm not going to say any spoilers, but the story is kind of mediocre. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's been fun. The story's good to a certain degree, but we've got Elden Ring, which is the new Souls game. It's this new story. You guys understand what I mean. It's just, I don't want to say you can't compare the two, but clearly there was a lot more hype for one of these games. And one of these games just much more well received than the other. It says Elden Ring actually has the lower user review score, no doubt caused by the game's performance issues on launch, which I do definitely think should affect the score of a game. I'm not sitting here saying Elden Ring is the best game I've ever played, it's the best game of the year, and it's this amazing masterpiece, and it launched as this amazing masterpiece. No, it did launch with some performance problems, which I do think should affect the score. But there's clearly a difference between these games. But yeah, guys, that's all that I had to discuss with that. I do think I am going to do a video on this tomorrow because I think it's absolutely hilarious. So make sure to look out for that video. But yeah, guys, that's all that I really had to discuss tonight. If you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, feel free to leave them in chat. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in chat. Like I had mentioned, tomorrow evening I am going to be doing a supporter live stream. So if you're a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships, you will get access to that. Check out the links in the description. But yeah, any topics, questions, feel free to ask, and we will, we'll be wrapping up the stream here soon. Not yet, though. Still gonna hang out for a little bit. Horizon Forbidden West sales are in the basement of the Alamo. Rover, what? Rover, why you gotta roast Horizon Forbidden West like that? Rover, come on. That's not very nice of you. Gonna roast Forbidden West like that. Horizon Forbidden West has those stupid forehead hats? Do you mean like the circlets? Where it's like they're like a headband? Is that what you're talking about? The forehead hats? Or do you mean like the giant ass fucking like puzzles? The dev kept retweeting some really petty shit about Elden Ring before he locked his account. Do you have any screenshots to that? Because I haven't seen any screenshots like that. Or of that, I should say. I haven't seen any of those screenshots. The giant-ass puzzles, okay. I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Question, 60 hertz or 120 hertz for games? Always get highest hertz. Highest of the highest of the highest of the highest of the highest. I would definitely recommend at least 120. Thank you for the $10 donation.
What kind of cars do eggs drive? Yolks wagons. LOLOL.
Christopher, listen, you roast me for my directions in games, so I'm gonna fucking roast you for your grammar. Okay, Chris Rager. Why kind of cars? LOLOL. You mean what kind of cars? Thank you for the $10 donation. Much appreciated. I'm so sorry. I had to fucking call you out. Oscar from Shark Tale, thank you for the $4.99. UB devs huffing copium because Elden Ring proves their yearly cookie cutter games can't compete. Hope they learn that quality beats quantity every day. 100% Oscar. Thank you for the $4.99. Much appreciated. But yeah, it's... I don't hate cookie cutter games. Do not get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying all cookie cutter games are shit because sometimes I don't want to play a game that's as hard as a Dark Souls and I want to just have some kind of like very linear story. I don't think that those games are bad, but clearly people... There's a big difference. I mean, Horizon Forbidden West, we don't know how many copies have sold, but if you look at the player numbers on at least Steam for Elden Ring, I mean, there's a million people all-time peak in playing the game. That's not even considering the other consoles like PlayStation, Xbox. That's autocorrect's fault, not mine. Okay, Christopher, sure. Okay, sure. Nice excuse. Nice excuse. Elden Ring is game of the year hands down. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of other interesting games coming out still. We've got God of War Ragnarok coming out, Breath of the Wild 2 supposedly coming out this year. Bethesda's Starfield is supposed to be coming out this year. I don't know. It's the beginning of the year. Right now, Elden Ring, in my opinion, is sitting at Game of the Year, but there's still a lot of releases that are supposed to come out this year that could definitely take the spot. So who knows? That's why my Oh, Rover. Rover, you gotta up that speed stat, my friend. That's why my donations are sometimes late. I have to do spell check. Oh, good fucking excuse. A good excuse. Let me scroll up. Question 60. Oh, I think I already answered that. Yeah. I definitely say 120 hertz. Guys, I'm not sitting here listen. I just want to show you guys this, okay? So I've been looking at monitors, right? So my main monitor right now, it's okay, but it's not great. And I want to make that my secondary monitor because my secondary monitor right now is, we're not going to talk about it. But I've been looking at gaming monitors. I found a 270 hertz monitor. It's 2K, 27 inch, $700. I need at least 244 hertz because my main monitor right now is not close to 244 hertz. But damn, she expensive, but she seems like a girl that's worth it. You know what I'm saying? $700, 270 hertz. Jesus Christ. I don't want to talk about PC shit, guys. I still need a fucking graphics card. Anyone got 3090? 3080? Don't those stupid salty developers realize they're contributing to the Streisand effect? No, they don't. Yes, $700. $700. Jesus Christ. $700. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. Aw, too fucking funny though. I'll put the link in chat. Yeah, 270. She is expensive, but she worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's 2K. It's not 4K, but it's fine. $700. I want it so bad though. Oh man, the thing is that, guys, listen, I'm not spending money like that on something like a monitor until I have a graphics card. $700. $700. But yeah, better than buying a PS5 for $1,500 from a scalper. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I got my PlayStation 5 pre-order launch, Xbox Series X pre-order launch, Nintendo Switch OLED pre-order launch. I'm grateful, right? But 70% of my gaming to 80% of my gaming is literally PC, and I can get a graphics card, and it's a little feels bad. I'm going to be honest. It's a little feels bad. Is that a lot for a monitor? $700 is, yeah, quite a bit for a monitor. My main monitor I'm using right now is 250, and it's only 60 hertz. Yeah, it's 60 hertz 4K. At least I think it's 60. I don't even remember at this point, but I need a better main monitor. My secondary monitor is she's dying. Paints at the price tag, yeah, definitely. So guys, I figured I'd tell you quickly. I've been playing some Elden Ring off stream. I haven't done any bosses. I'm not gonna do any like main story bosses or like any bosses until it's on stream. But I've been playing some Elden Ring off stream, and I got a nice armor set that matches my pumpkin helmet. Now, listen, okay? My pumpkin helmet is very heavy, and my armor set also is very heavy. So I can't wear them both at the same time. So I'm trying to get my weight up a little bit. Because my pumpkin helmet is like 15 pounds or some shit. And the normal helmet's usually like 7 or 8. But I have an armor set that actually matches my pumpkin helmet now, and I'm very, very excited to show it off. The only thing is that the helmet of this set that I got, it actually has a cool fucking, like, cape, helmet cape attached to it. It really makes me want to wear that helmet, but I need the pumpkin. I need the pumpkin. Yeah, but we're comparing a gaming monitor to a TV here. I have a 75-inch television that was... I have a 4K 75-inch television that was like $800, $900. But I don't game on it. I'm not someone who likes to use TVs as monitors, primarily because I'm creating content every single day. But yeah, $700 one day, coming to a stream near you. Maybe a 3090 as well. Did you guys see the Apple event today? I like that forest green iPhone. That forest green is nice. Did you mention you saw Amber Heard in person a while back? No. Have you seen the Batman? Thoughts? I have not seen the Batman. No thoughts yet. I'm gonna see it soon. Barbecue helmet? Listen. Don't make fun of the pumpkin helmet. Don't make fun of the pumpkin helmet, chat. It is my pumpkin helmet, and I love the helmet, and it's better than any other helmet I've found in the game so far. So, it's worth it. Playing Elden Ring on a base PS4, certainly an experience with the poppin', but still a great game. That's the thing, is that when the game launched, there were problems on every console, every system. But the PlayStation 5 was experiencing crashes and stuttering and, like, lag problems. But the PlayStation 4 was experiencing crashes, pop-in problems. Like, it's like people were saying, oh, you should play the PlayStation 4 version instead of the PlayStation 5 version, but all of them have problems, so I might as well just play the version for the console. Because either way, you're going to run into problems. Just watch Batwoman. Yes, clearly. That is better. Oh, yes, and graphics cards. Ah, women. Ah, women. Guys, it's International Women's Day. What the fuck? You can't shit on women today. You gotta be nice to me. I haven't had a single crash. See, that's for me. I've had crashes in all of my streams. Actually, the last Elden Ring stream I didn't have a crash, but I've had crashes, and yeah, unfortunately, I've had crashes, which is good that you're not experiencing them. But I know myself, I have. Elden Ring PC performance is dog shit, even on good rigs. I know that the PC performance has been really bad, but as far as I know, with the latest patch, the PC performance got a bit better. I don't know if that's 100% true or not. I didn't buy it on PC. Initially, I was gonna get it on PC, but when it came to being a couple days from launch, I didn't want to risk it being shit on PC. And if it crashed or something happened, I'm streaming from the computer, and I didn't want there to be problems with that where I'd have to, like, restart the PC or something. So I just got it on console. I haven't crashed on PS4 yet, but he's right about the pop-up NPC sometimes. Yeah, I hate pop-in. Guys, I can deal with a lot of games. Bugs, glitches, crashes, I can deal with everything. I have pop-in PTSD because Black Desert Online, I love Black Desert Online, do not get me wrong. BDO is so fucking fun. I go back to it every few months. Jesus Christ, that was so loud. My ears... But BDO has such bad pop-in, it triggers me so bad when games have pop-in now.
Rover has just donated $100.
Thank you.
Hey, woman, what do you do with all my
why
money?
Why did
Happy
her
Lady
voice
Day.
crack? Why did Texas Speech Lady's voice crack? Hey! What was that? That was too funny. That was so fucking... Why did it crack? Thank you, Rover, for the $100 donation. Holy shit. Big ass fucking donation. Thank you so much, Rover, for the $100. Happy Lady Day. Thank you. I'm glad guys, I have one day a year for everyone to recognize who I am and to be treated nicely on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Rover, for the $100 donation, though. Happy Lady Day. Shush. Just wait for Batgirl. I bet that's gonna be awful as well. Who knows? I'm not being a negative ass Nancy here. Hey! It's so funny the way the text-to-speech said hey. That's too funny. But yeah, thank you for the $100 donation. Put that towards a 3090. The problem is finding a 3090. Because I'm not going to buy it from a scalper. That's the problem, is that you can't get 3090s or 3080s unless you are literally buying a pre-built PC. And we're talking like a $3,000 pre-built PC that, yeah, has one. It is impossible to find them. That's the problem. Vera is stunning and brave today. That's me, guys. Stunning and brave. Poppin'. So Poppin' is like... How do you explain Poppin'? Yeah, something will load late. Yeah. I was surprised with how good Elden Ring looks on PlayStation 4 with the visuals, and the draw distance isn't that bad. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the draw distance is super bad. But, you know, like we always say with big game launches, with AAA game launches, it's okay to be a bit nitpicky. Because they're charging you $60 to $70 for games. I really like the Batman movie. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have really enjoyed the Batman movie, which is awesome. Doesn't look bad. I'm gonna see it soon. But Batwoman has representation. Yes, because clearly that is the #1 priority, even over story. The thickness of the 3090. Yeah, listen, I have a giant PC case and no 3090. But that's okay. I'll survive. One day in the future, there will be 1,000,000 3090s for sale. And one will finally be mine. Maybe I'll get a 3090 before the next cards come out. What's a good movie that's still in theaters right now? I don't even know what's in theaters right now besides Batman. Movies in theaters besides Batman. Uncharted is in theaters. Some theaters Spider-Man No Way Home is still in. I know that. Which is great. You can go see Peter Dinklage's new movie. Go and support him. Yeah, there's like so little that's new in theaters. Sheesh. This is why I don't go to theaters. This is why I don't do it. This is the second Japanese-made game in 6 months that got mocked by Western know-nothing game devs. What was the other game? Yeah, what was the other game? Are 3090s hard to find or just super expensive? It's a mixture of both. You can't find 3090s through actual retailers right now, so you'd have to go to somewhere like eBay to get a 3090, and the prices are like $500 to $700 more expensive than retail. So it's a mix between the two. unfortunately. eBay right now, 3090 is 2500. Yeah, 2800, and they released at 1500, I believe. Yeah, 2600, 25, 25, 24, 25, 26, 25, 25. You can't find them for under like 2200 or 2100. It's crazy nutso. Sometimes poppin' can be intentional though. For performance on limited hardware, draw distances can be made real short. Very true. Very true. I got to see Dune, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Spider-Man in theaters. Maybe. There are no other flicks I am anticipating watching. Yeah, I didn't see Dune in theaters. I watched Dune at home. I went to see Ghostbusters Afterlife in theaters, and I went to see Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters. All great movies. Dune, it had its problems, but Ghostbusters Afterlife, amazing. Spider-Man No Way Home, amazing. Oh shit, what the fuck? Well, damn, yeah, shit's fucking expensive. 2,000? What's 2,000, Rover? I don't think the prices are gonna go down. Yeah, 3090 started at $1,500. So, in some cases, they're $1,000 more expensive. Even cars are fucking expensive right now. Everything's expensive. What brand would you get? I don't know. At this point, I haven't really been thinking too much about 3090s. Because I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I'll get my hands on a 3080 or 3090 eventually. It's just unfortunately that they're way, way, way too expensive right now. And I have other things to worry about. Like, cats with diabetes. 3080. How much are 3080s? 3080 launched at 700, I believe? Yeah. 1700, 1600, 1300, 1400, 1500, 1650, 1580, 1499. All the lower ones are all fucking bids. Sheesh. Sheesh, 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 sheesh. Vera, Tesla girl. I don't have a Tesla. Holy shit, Stream Deck. Stop being loud. I'm tempted to go see the Batman in theaters, but could be cheaper to watch at home. Very true. I don't know when they're releasing it on like a service or a buy or / rent online. I don't know when they're doing that. I wish it was the case with the Batman. But yeah. 60 years away. I'll keep an eye out. I travel for work. I got lots of places. Oh, well, you deleted it. And see lots of things. Well, Rover, A for effort. I was reading it, but okay. We'll see. It will be red. What will be red? My Tesla? Honk honk. One day. When I get a... Oh my god. When one day, I'm gonna buy a Tesla just so I can put the fucking stupid USB in. And then I can make the car horn play anything, and I'm gonna click it. It's gonna go bam, sheesh, and that's gonna be it. How the fuck do you turn this up? Sheesh. Play. Sheesh. That's gonna be my car. For real, for real. That's gonna be my car. Sheesh. Make sure that Tesla has great Google Maps. It's always the direction jokes. Listen, sometimes in games, you just can't read the map properly. Final Fantasy XIV has a terrible, terrible map. That's not my fault. I can't change that. Elden Ring has a decent map, but sometimes you get lost. Sometimes you don't know how to go up the ledge. Make it say Spike Spiegel. It's right here, guys. I could play it. But yeah, too funny. Too funny. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna wrap up stream in like 5 minutes. So if you guys have any topics, feel free to leave them in chat. Otherwise, I will be wrapping up relatively soon. Batmobile, Vera? I wish I had a Batmobile. That'd be sick. That's too funny, though. Make it say Spike Spiegel. I will not give theaters any money. Going to the theaters is very, very expensive now. I completely understand. Going to theaters is too fucking expensive. They do not deserve $20 a movie ticket. They really do not. I've had no issues with the Elden Ring map. I mean, I have like one issue and then everyone's now making fun of me for it. So, I guess it is what it is. Oh no, exploration required in an open world game, the horror! Yeah, right? But no, I only have like one problem. One instance with the Elden Ring map. Just, we'll call it intentional now. But I have been having a ton of fun with Elden Ring, and I will be playing more of it over the weekend, guys. I will be streaming more Elden Ring. I'm super excited to show you all my new armor set with my helmet. It looks very, very cool. I'm still looking for a proper weapon to use. I got a couple of random weapons, like I got Bloodhound's Fang, which is like a curved greatsword or something. I'm just not a huge greatsword user. I also got some katana, but I need intelligence for it, and I really don't know if it's worth grinding all the points for intelligence for it. I don't really think so, unless I change up my build. But yeah, lots of potential ideas, lots of things that I might do with the builds, but probably not. We'll see. We'll see. But I have been having a ton of fun with Elden Ring, and I haven't defeated like any bosses or anything. I'm leaving those for stream, and yeah, over the weekend I'll be playing some more Elden Ring, and hopefully we will defeat some more bosses. I'm really fucking tempted to go and fight the lady in the academy, the boss in the academy, because we tried her twice during the last Elden Ring stream, and I died both times, but I got so close to defeating her, and I'm itching to defeat her, but I'm trying not to. I want to do it on stream. But guys, that's all that I had to discuss tonight. I'm going to end the stream in just a minute. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I do really appreciate it. Again, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a supporter-only live stream, so check out the links in the description. YouTube memberships, Patreon, all that fun stuff. Also, in the description, follow me on social media, Twitter, mine's BitChute, Odyssey, Getter. Also join our Discord server. We're very active there, and I do tag you all when I go live in case YouTube doesn't notify you of the live streams. Follow me over on Twitch. All of my streams are mirrored on Twitch, and while you should probably not watch on Twitch because it's not my main platform, you can set the notification bell on Twitch so that you get notified when I go live in case YouTube doesn't notify you. That's another thing you can do, because then the stream would notify you. But guys, thank you for hanging out the past few hours, talking about Cowboy Bebop, Netflix's Vikings, God of War, Western developers being salty, new videos tomorrow. Check out yesterday's video on Ian McKellen and... oh, what else did I talk about yesterday? I talked about Ian McKellen and I talked about Star Wars Eclipse. So go check out those videos if you haven't seen them already. But yeah, before you leave, make sure to give the stream a like if you enjoyed, a dislike if you didn't. And I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and have a fantastic evening, everyone.